For the latest information, visit wishtv.com/vaccine central.
And breaking at 5:30, a U.S. health panel says it's time to start using the Johnson & Johnson single-dose vaccine again. That's despite a rare risk of blood clots. CDC advisors say the vaccine's benefits outweigh that serious but small risk. The government will now decide how to move forward. Tonight, we're getting more insight on how the process works from a local doctor.
We want to welcome in Dr. Romuletti with Community Health. Thanks so much for your time, Doctor. I want to start with the CDC in the process currently of deciding whether to reinstate the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Can you take us to the beginning and just talk about what the issues are with this specific vaccine?
Yeah, I think, what CDC is trying to balance two things, but the primary issue with any emergency use authorization from the FDA and from the CDC is that we don't have all the data, but do we have enough data that we could actually give it emergency use to provide for public health? So they felt they had enough data initially, and now after this has been out, after 6-7 million doses, they're getting additional data. And with more data in, they're looking, is it still safe for emergency use authorization?
Are these issues that they're seeing with Johnson & Johnson also popping up with Moderna and Pfizer, or is this very specific to Johnson & Johnson?
As best as we can tell so far, it is specific to the J&J vaccine. It's not specific. It does not seem to be the case with Pfizer or Moderna. As you may know, Pfizer and Moderna use mRNA, and J&J uses what's called an adenovirus vector. So the way the vaccine is made is different. So we're not sure if that might be part of the reason why there's a difference in terms of these issues that are cropping up.
I would imagine a big risk with putting a pause on a specific vaccine is that if it is reinstated at some point, people may not trust it. Do you think that that could be the case here?
Yeah, so that is always a possibility. You're right. And that's, I think, the risk that everybody's worried about is that, is this going to cause more people to be afraid of any vaccine for that matter? Fortunately, again, the other vaccines don't have an issue. The risk of this is very small, but I think there can be some hesitancy because of this pause.
What do you say to patients who have gotten the J&J vaccine and are now wondering about it?
Yeah, so I think we need to kind of keep things in kind of the big picture in mind. So what actually happened literally in 1 in a million people. So that is 7 million doses, 6 people had this issue. So literally 1 in a million. So I think what we need to keep in mind is if you do have any symptoms of shortness of breath or something, go seek medical attention. But the likelihood of you getting any clots or anything like this is exceedingly small. And very importantly, the protection you're getting from getting COVID is so huge that it really outweighs 1 in a million risk of a side effect or a complication from the vaccine.
We talked a little bit about the differences regarding how the vaccines are made. Are there any other differences between the three that we should know about?
That's really the primary way that they do it. So as much as we can tell, there's really no other major, or the difference, the Pfizer and Moderna both are made in one way, and then the J&J is very different from that. But other difference that we're not noticing much at all. So this is really the first time we're actually seeing something. And again, J&J and Moderna have had more than 100 million doses put out there, and we've not seen any issues whatsoever with them either. So we're really in a good spot with both of those vaccines. And as a matter of fact, from a public health standpoint, I think J&J is still an exceedingly safe vaccine, and I would not be surprised if the CDC and the FDA do approve it. They may make some change and say to use it in a certain population rather than others, but I do see them reapproving it pretty soon.
Okay, and lastly for you, personally, are you encouraged by the turnout of those getting vaccines?
I am, but actually, unfortunately, now we are seeing actually even in our hospital, we have much more supply than people that want the vaccine. So I'm getting concerned that now we're at the 20 to 40 age group that we're not seeing the number of people getting vaccinated. So overall, for the 70 plus, absolutely excited. As we get younger, I'm concerned that we have more supply than individuals that want to get vaccinated, though.
Okay, Dr. Romuletti, thanks so much for your time today.
Absolutely, thank you.